A different camera angle, a different shave. It's going to be different. Stick around. Hi guys. Today I'm going to try something completely different. First of all, I've got a different angle. And some of you guys were talking about my shirt, so there it is from Maggard's razors. That was close. You can get those on their site. I only mention that because some people had asked about it, so I thought I would mention that. Today I'm going to try something different. First of all, I'm just out of the shower, and I've used my Soap Commander Wisdom bar soap, which is great. I'm just be right back. I've also got a net. I believe that's what it's called on their site, which helps a lot to exfoliate your skin, and also, be right back, to help the soap to last longer by not sitting on a shelf. So wanted to point that out. And like I said, completely different today, well, for the most part. I'll be using this Shavette that I got from Kevin, and I'm going to say your last name, Posey. I don't know if that's right or not. It's a Sanguine. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. First time I'm using this. Really cool. I'll go ahead and take it out and show it to you. It's got some nice wood scales. You can see the name there on that part. And so this will be interesting. It's got some good weight to it. The scales are kind of light, relatively speaking, but this part here is pretty hefty. I've got, to go with my different theme, I've got these Astra SP Superior Platinum blades. I actually got these for my wife in a starter kit, a DE kit that I got for her a while back, and she used it a few times and said, wow, this is great, and then proceeded to go back to her cheap store cartridge, and that's the end of that. So nothing you can do there, but I went ahead and just broke that blade in half. I know there's some light here washing out some of the video, but I'm trying this different angle today. So all I did was snap this in half and put the half blade in that Shavette, and I'm ready to go there. So I've got that. Today I'm going to be using my Edwin Jagger Premium Shaving Cream Aloe Vera Sensitive Skin Formulation. So there you go with that. Haven't used this in a long time. Again, I'm trying to do things. I've been using the same stuff for a long time, and that's the kind of guy that I am. So this is a nice soft cream here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really nice. I did not change my brush today, though. I'm still using my TBS, the Big Shave 2014 Badger brush. It's been soaking in warm water. You can see that there. It's been soaking in warm water in my newly acquired brush scuttle that I got, I believe, from David Bratcher. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is really nice. I was using my G13 or G12 scuttle, and I'm not doing any bowl lathering, so I wanted to try this thing out. So I've got my Badger brush. It's been soaking in warm water. You can't even see it, but there's steam rising off the brush now. So that's kind of nice and warm. I'm going to go ahead and dump the water out of the part where the brush soaks in the scuttle, and I'll be about ready to get my shave on. I've also got my alum today from Shave Nation that I use. Just alum, but I like this particular form factor, so I'll be using that to get some grip on my face when I stretch. What I'm going to do at this point is just throw some water on my face. Again, I just came out of the shower, but my face has been drying since I've been yakking at the camera. I'm going to throw some warm water on my face here, and then I'll be ready to go to a face lather. I used to be a big bowl latherer, and I just like the face lathering now. It works for me. What I find with these soft creams is I just put some right on my face, not on the brush. I'm just going to put some right on my face there, and then I'll just get my brush going and build up a lather. It does get a little messy sometimes. I drop some there, but we'll see how that goes. And again, I'm trying a different angle today because no matter what I do with this bathroom and this setup, I never seem to be happy with it, so I'm going to try this. So I've got some soap on the sink. I've got some soap on my face. One thing I'll tell you about this wet shaving thing, you're never going to do it without making a mess. So just have to accept that. Oof. All right, let's see if we can get some lather going here. Oh yeah, I love the smell on this stuff. This is really nice. I like Edwin Jagger. I haven't used it in a long time. I've actually got a pre and I've got a post from them, but it's buried in my cabinet. I got to go through and rotate some of my stuff around a little bit. But boy, this brush is nice and luxurious, and it's nice and warm too. And the lather, like I said, it smells great. I can see that it's going to give me some good cushion here in just a little bit. Lathers up really easy. I didn't put that much on my face, as you can see. But I want to get a good lather going for this Shavette. Just like a straight, you want to have a wet lather, you want to have some good cushion. And so I want to make sure that I do that. Get it built up a little bit. Going to try not to go too long today, but I say that every time, and I'm really successful. I was going to try a different brush. I do have a Savile Row, I forget the exact number, that I got a while back from Mike Torrigiano. And we know we've got the STM brush coming up, Shave the Man, which is going to be fantastic. But in the meantime, I just went ahead and used my old standby that I've been using lately. I used that, and I used my Omega Bore 10049 for the hard soaps. I don't like that for a cream, but for the hard soaps I like the Bore, and for a cream I like the Badger. So got a nice lather going here. It's actually really nice lather, I got to say. I might just throw a little bit of water in there, but I'll just dip in my brush scuttle here. There's a little bit of water remaining in it, so I kind of do that. I left a little. Oh, it's nice and warm. This is just fantastic. You can't beat a warm lather on your face. You know, we talk about the traditional wet shaving and the canned goop, and I got to tell you, this stuff is fantastic. Yeah, it takes a little extra time, but you know, a lot of things take extra time. So pamper yourself a little bit. Okay, so I should be ready here to go ahead and put this Shavette to my face. I've never used it before, so this should be interesting. Gonna get a little alum on my non-dominant hand. I always start with the dominant hand, my right hand. And you know, if you're gonna start with a Shavette or a straight, I'll talk to a Shavette in this particular video. It's a good idea to practice with the Shavette without a blade in it, so you can get used to holding it and how to grip it and along your face and stuff. I can't say enough about that, because a lot of people start with the Shavette, they cut themselves, they get discouraged, and I can understand that, but it helps if you try that. So let's see what we can do here. This thing seems to be really smooth, but I have to say, when I put the blade in, it looked like there was almost no blade exposure at all. But it seems to be just taking the hair right off my face, almost by laser. So it's working. I don't feel it. It's like the feather. I'm not really feeling it, the Feather Artist Club. But I'm liking this thing. So thanks to Kevin for posting that. And I think with this camera angle, you guys can see a little bit more. A lot of the time, I'm blocking a lot of my shave. One other thing with the Shavette, boy, you have to watch your pressure. Like I said, this thing doesn't feel like it's doing anything. And so there's a tendency to try to apply some pressure. And that's at the very least going to cause some irritation and redness, and it could cause you to cut yourself. And cutting yourself with one of these things or a straight is a sure way to get discouraged and turned off, and maybe even sell your gear, so be careful with that. I got to say, there's a lot of guys and ladies doing videos more so than ever lately, and it's really a lot of fun. And a lot of people say, hey, it's my first one, go easy, but everybody's just been doing a great job. So kudos to everyone, and it's great to see everybody doing videos. And I kind of go over the same area a couple of times sometimes. As long as you don't apply pressure, I find that's not a problem. But this thing is really doing a fantastic job. Once I get done here, I've got to head to the post office and send off my first Shavette that I bought. It's an MD Dragon that I have only used a few times. I'm going to send that off to a new person to try out, so that should be fun. But let's go ahead and get going here. Now, on the one thing about my neck is the hair grows in every direction. And this is usually the direction that I go is from south to north on my neck. And I'm not going to get it that close. And I accept that. A lot of people, you know, they say, well, your neck gets used to it, and I just accept the fact that it's not going to be close. Or if I try to get too close, I'm guaranteed to cause some irritation. Doesn't mean I've given up. It just means that I'm only going to go a couple of passes, and if it's not all the way smooth, that's it. And I see Nick Shaves talked about that too. He says his neck can't stand against the grain. So I know that if I shave in a downwards direction on my neck, it'll be really smooth, but I'll have irritation for sure. And possibly some bumps too. I do short strokes all the time. I see some people do longer strokes. I don't say that that's wrong, but for me, it's always going to be short strokes. So if you see me kind of really going really slowly, that's just how I'm going to do it. It works for me. Also on the first pass, I have to be even more careful. On subsequent passes, I can make longer strokes, and the razor moves along my face a lot easier too. When I mentioned that soap, I also wanted to mention Zach Plavritis, who runs Razor and Brush, had mentioned to me that life's too short for cheap bath soap. So other people have said it too, but boy, once I started using that Soap Commander bar soap, and they're not the only ones, I've used other ones too. I won't go back to, you know, I used to use the liquid soaps you get in the store. It's funny, I can see the notifications from the Facebook groups on my phone popping in the top of the phone while I'm filming. It's kind of funny. I'm going to go ahead and try to finish up this chin area before it dries out, and then I'll grab the other cheek. Got a little weeper over there. You guys can't see it. It's not going to amount to anything. So I'm just going to keep on going and finish up my shave on the other side here. I'm going to wet my right hand now and dip it in some alum so I can pull my skin tight on my left cheek. Finish up this shave here. Nice thing about these shavettes is you don't have to worry a whole lot about getting them wet or any kind of care. So that's kind of nice. I'm not going to say that it's better than a straight, worse than a straight. I'm just going to say that, you know, there are some differences. I use both, although lately I've been all about the shavette. And again, with this thing, it's kind of odd because I'm really not feeling a sensation of a blade scraping against or moving against my face and my beard, but it's cutting it. And so there's a natural tendency to want to apply some pressure, but I haven't done that. And I'm watching my angle. You have to keep that thing relatively steep to your face. As soon as you start to open it up, that's when you're going to be scraping and you're going to cause some irritation. Get this thing going here. And that's pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and do one more pass, and it'll be a quick one. Like I said, now that I've gotten the majority of the hair off my face, that next pass should go really fast. I'm just going to give a quick rinse here. Going to go ahead and relather. Got the brush has been sitting in my brush scuttle here. There's a little bit of water in the bottom, you can see, and that's fine. You know, I don't mind that. And if I need to put some more soap on my face, or cream as it were, I will. Boy, that is nice and warm. It's a little watery. I'm going to have to probably put some cream on my face. Not probably, I will. This is just all slop here, so I'll go ahead and put a little more cream on my face. And again, the brush was sitting in a little bit of standing water in the scuttle, so that's what caused all this. But I'm going to get a nice lather going yet. And on that second pass, the lather being thick and moist isn't as critical for me personally, any subsequent passes. So this little bit of cream here, but boy, this stuff smells fantastic, this Edwin Jagger. I really like their products a lot. I don't think I've seen a whole lot of them in the groups or in the videos in quite a while. I think they've been neglected. And I encourage you guys to revisit any Edwin Jagger products that you have. I know they make some nice razors and I think brushes too. So let's go ahead and try to spruce up my lather here for this next pass. Yeah, there we go. Got some lather going now. Still a little on the watery side because I had that standing water in the brush scuttle. But I think I'm going to be able to get a good lather going here. And I am. So see if we can finish this shave up here. And start right on the bottom and just scoop right up. unless it's a special occasion, which it usually isn't. I just usually do one pass with and one pass against the grain for the most part. That seems to work for me. I know some people do 3 and even 4. They go across in 2 directions, but I generally just do, you know, and this isn't going to be all against, but I just do 2 passes. If you notice on this pass, I don't use my left hand. It just works better for me, so I don't even bother with it. Boy, this thing is really doing a nice job. I've never used this Astra SP blade before either. I've been using my Derby pre-broken blades that come in half for use in a Shavette with any of these Shavettes. Or in my Dovo, I use the longer Merkur that go in that special insert. Because this half DE blade, I can't really show it to you, but you know the length of a DE blade. It's not very long. And I gotta say to Peter Charkalis, putting out some great videos with some great production, having a lot of fun, and it's great. All right. Easiest parts are always my cheeks, so I can just zip right through those. A little bit of, always on the neck I have a little bit of stubble, but like I said at the beginning, I'm not going to really try that. For every now and then I'll clean that up, and usually I'll get irritation, but I'm trying different things. I may be able to get a grip on that at some point. It's nice to see Mark Gergis and Khan together on the Shave the Man in the picture today. That was kind of fun. Those guys are very photogenic. You can just see they're having a great time. I think that's going to do it. I think we're going to call that a shave. I'm going to rinse off my face and throw some alum on there, and probably put some, I love this stuff, this Trumper's sandalwood skin food. There we go. I know the light is washing it out, but that's George Trumper sandalwood skin food, and I think that's going to do it for today. So let me just do a quick rinse off here, and I'll kind of close it out. I'm trying to keep my time short, but of course, like I said, it's not happening. Oh, and before I forget, I'm doing a giveaway. Some of you guys may not know about it, I suppose. But all you have to do to be entered to win a gift certificate to Maggott's Razors, which right now is at $25, and it could go up if I get more subscribers. All you have to do is subscribe. If you've already subscribed, that's fine. And then comment, subscribed, I'm in. But I need you to do that on the other video that says first giveaway so I can keep track of it, because it's kind of hard to keep track of. So you go to that first video that says first giveaway, excuse me, the video that says first giveaway. And after you've subscribed to my videos, to my channel, just comment, subscribed, I'm in. And you can put other comments in there too. Just make sure you include subscribed, I'm in. And the more subscribers I get, the bigger the prize. Well, Kevin, this thing here, fantastic. Really liking it. It's the Sanguine Shavette, and I've got an Astra SP blade in there, half DE. So if you're using this thing, you get twice as many uses out of your blades because you break them in half. Gonna do put on that skin food. Obviously, I have to still shave my head. If you guys are keeping track, it looks pretty rough, but I might do that later. Got some stuff to do today. Finally got a day where it's about freezing, but it's supposed to snow again. I mean, the weather has just been brutal. And tomorrow it's going back down to 0 and all this other nonsense. Those are Fahrenheit temperatures, by the way. Bad. So, that's going to do it there. Throw on some of this sandalwood skin food. Looks like I missed a tiny little spot right under my nose. I'll just grab that with the Shavette. Another thing about the Shavette that I like, you can get in those little spots there. With the straight, sometimes there's a point. There's a point on the razor. And sometimes you'll be using, the middle part of the blade, and you'll not pay attention to what the edge of the blade is doing, and that's when you cut yourself. So for that reason, I find the Shavette to be, good in that aspect. But there's all kinds of different things. I'm not here to say that one is better than the other, because that's not the case at all. They're different, and everybody has different needs and stuff like that. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. And I encourage you to get some bar soap. Now, like I said, this is the Soap Commander. There's other kinds. Other vendors make them. I'm sure that Ginger's Garden makes some fantastic soaps. I haven't ordered any from her yet. I probably need to do that for my arena. But in the meantime, those are the soaps I have. Again, you can look that up, Sanguine. I like my Dogo Shavette also, if you want to try that. You can buy those things at different vendors online, and you can even get Shavettes in a beauty supply store. So I've yacked long enough. Thank you guys for watching, and many happy shaves.